Okay, I'm officially in. This is wicked.
Wicked awesome, because this treehouse is called home for the evening. The Sylvan Flow Treehouse is just one of 8 treehouses that you can stay in overnight thanks to the Canopy Crew. Here in the Red River Gorge, these treehouses range from off the grid.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a great view to go number 2.
To basically fully functioning homes with heat, AC, electricity, and running water. And the Canopy Crew's most recent build, the Cliff Dweller, is truly the estate of all treehouses.
Being in these woods and building in them and living in them, you can't help but feel drawn to all the sandstone cliff. So many people come here for that specific reason. And I really wanted to kind of do a building that was an ode to the cliff.
And what better way to combine the intimacy of the trees and the cliff than having a treehouse that hangs from the cliff? So, stating the obvious, don't try building this at home. Django and his team are extremely skilled climbers and engineers in order to craft such a masterpiece. Just make sure you pack a backpack, because you'll be walking up one of the longest suspension bridges in the States to get there. Now, as for our stay, we're going off the grid. The Sylvan Float Treehouse is the first treehouse that the Canopy Crew built, and their goal was to make it as simple as possible. No electricity,
Let there be light.
gravity water only, propane heat.
Got the propane heater working, not gonna lie. I've never used one of these before. So fingers crossed, we don't burn down the cabin.
Oh, and I mentioned the outhouse.
Outhouse, on point.
However, no matter the season, these tree houses are built not only to blow your mind,
OMG, check it out. That's where I'll be sleeping.
but to give you the opportunity to experience nature in a magical way.
I always say I've wanted to live in a fully functioning treehouse, and my dream is coming true.
And people come from all over the world for this experience. So whether it's to rock climb, simply hike the gorge, or to get away for some peace and quiet, nature calls.
Watch this. Slowly, carefully, camera in hand, and we go down. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Hope you're not afraid of heights.
Man, that is cool. Allie, you get to do the best stuff. But you know what? When you were walking up all those stairs to get there, I was thinking, do they have one of those chair rails, you know, where you can take you
You may have
up?
to call AARP for that one.
Yes. I'm going to check that out. So how do they go about building these tree houses?
Oh man, that is such a great question because, you know, from their very first treehouse to the Cliff Dweller, which is their most elaborate one right now, it's taken years and years of experience, but it really goes back to number one, their ability to climb. So Django and the crew, they are all rock climbers, and Django himself and his wife, they lived in a treehouse for years and years to begin with, so they really had a good idea of the way of the land and kind of what worked and what didn't work. And on top of that, what I thought was really interesting that Django mentioned was they're really cognizant of their environmental footprint. So what they do is they get materials in and out without stressing the environment by prefabbing everything in their shop, then rigging everything into position, and then they have a zip line that will bring in the materials so they don't trample the forest floor, which I think is absolutely fascinating. But it all comes just via experience, and the trees themselves will kind of craft what the space is going to look like.
I have to quickly ask you, was that toilet real and a working, flushing toilet that's in the treehouse?
It is. So that's in the piece I kind of mentioned. Some are off the grid, like the one that I stayed in with the outhouse, and the most recent one, the Cliff Dweller, they have full electricity, plumbing. You can, you know, their shower, they have running water. It's quite fascinating. So if you're looking to book with the Canopy Crew, I highly recommend looking online at thecanopycrew.com. The range to spend a night is typically between $150 and $350 because they also have domes, which is a bit of a hostel style camping situation. And you're gonna want to probably look 3 to 6 months out if you want to book on the weekends, and roughly 4 weeks out if you want to book during the week. So it's a very popular destination, but there are 8 different places to choose from. So check them out at thecanopycrew.com.
All right, Allie, thank you so much. Great job.